welcome to quarantine cooking. Yeah, we're having fun today. So today we are making peanut butter cookies, and for this you're going to need 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of regular granulated sugar, 2 eggs. I like to beat mine so they're easier to incorporate. 1 teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. A cup, 3/4 of a cup of butter, room temperature, so it's nice and soft, and 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter, as well as you're going to need 3 cups of flour. It's one thing I didn't measure out. I don't have a big enough bowl. So I like to use my stand mixer, my favorite kitchen utensil. And what we're going to do first is we're going to put the butter and the peanut butter together into the stand mixer. Again, that's 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. You want to use creamy here. I found that if you want to make them crunchy, you can. And you can do it like 1/4 cup of crunchy and the rest creamy. But it's best to use a creamy because it likes to hold together better. Okay, so 3/4 cup of that. 3/4 cup of your room temperature butter. Num and num. Okay, and then you're just gonna mix that until it's smooth. You gotta beat it together until it gets smooth. Once it's all incorporated and smooth, we're gonna add in our egg. Stop, baby. Alright, so to our peanut butter, we are going to add both of our sugars. So the brown sugar and your white sugar. Okay, and you're just going to stir that off until it kind of mixes in and it's not going to splatter anywhere. And then you want to turn it on high. And you want that to be smooth, not granulated. About 2 to 3 minutes. And you can, once that's fluffy and it's looking kind of like frosting almost, see? Nice and fluffy. You want to turn it down to low. And you want to add in your eggs. Just a moment. You want to mix that until it's all incorporated in. Scrape on your sides, make sure it all gets mixed together. If you're doing this with little kids, I suggest that you turn off the beater like this to scrape down your sides. That way they can help out. My kids like to do that, and I'm always afraid that they're going to hurt their fingers or get stuck in there. So always turn it off for them. Again, you want it on low just until it's incorporated. Okay, then you're gonna add in your baking soda and salt. And 3 cups of flour. Now again, I didn't have the flour all measured out. Sorry about that. So typically when I am cooking with the kids, I do have everything measured and ready to go. So it's just dump and go with them. So we're gonna do this 1 cup at a time, just to make sure that the flour doesn't come flying out like it tends to like to do. Okay. Meanwhile, our oven is at 350, and we have prepared, having some issues with the camera. We have prepared a baking sheet with some parchment paper. Again, you're doing this on low. You don't want the flour flying everywhere. Make sure it's incorporated and then add the last cup. Now you can do the three ingredient, which is one of our favorite, which is usually just a cup of peanut butter, a cup of sugar, and a cup of, or an egg. But I like them chewy. And I plan on, when you get done and come out of the oven, dipping them in chocolate and letting them, or drizzling them with chocolate. So, because we like chocolate peanut butter around here. So you want to make sure this gets all incorporated. So 2 to 3 minutes on low, just to make sure it's all getting mixed in. Again, if you have little kids helping, this part is for you to do. Or if you're going to let them scrape down the sides, you need to make sure you turn off your mixer so that they can do that. Otherwise, it could end in disaster. Alright, so you can see that it's all coming together. Nice big clump. So at this point, what we're going to do, we're pretty sure everything's incorporated. We're going to turn it off. And we are going to... selected. Scrape all the dough down in there. Now, do not eat the dough. It contains raw eggs. You don't want to get sick. Okay. Dough off. So then we're going to take this off of here. And we're going to put this away. Back in the corner. It has a little piece of cardboard because unfortunately one of my fees is missing, and so I need that little piece of cardboard to level it. Alright, let me get my counter cleaned up. Everything into the sink. For this next part, you're going to want your baking sheet. I have found I have a cooking stone and I love it, but I have found for like cookies, this actually does a lot better. So you want your baking sheet with parchment, a clean fork, and your dough, of course. And if you have one of these little doodads, it's great. I actually use it for more than just cookies. If not, you can do it with just your hands too. I find that if you do have this and it's not, it helps make it more even. So you're gonna take it, make a little scoop, roll a little ball, kind of flatten it just a little bit. I like to do 8 cookies on my tray. Some people do more, some people do less. Depends on the size of your cookies. So you're going to want to flatten them slightly. And then, what is a good peanut butter cookie without the crosshatch pattern? So you're going to take your fork and you're just going to slightly flatten it a little bit more. And then you're going to go back across it so you have that nice, typical crosshatch. Now you don't want to flatten them too much because we want these soft, chewy, and not hard and crunchy. Alright, so nice, pretty, awesome shape. We're going to put them in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. You want to just kind of keep an eye on them. They're going to poof up just a little bit. And the time that it's in the oven actually varies on your oven and where you are, your conditions. We are in a very high humidity area and it's hot. So I typically do about in the middle of that. So I'm going to set a timer Hey Google, please set a timer for 8.5 minutes, please. When my Google listens. Thank you. So I'm gonna set a timer for 8.5 minutes. I will check them in 8.5 minutes. If they still need more, then we'll add a little bit more time. All right, so we're gonna take a quick look at those cookies in that oven. You can see how they've already started to spread just a little bit. They're looking kind of yummy. Still have about 3.5, 4 minutes left on them. Hey Google, stop. That sound means our cookies are done, so let's pull them out and have a look. Look at this, guys. Look at this. How absolutely delicious do those look? So we're gonna take them off and we're gonna put them on here. Oh no. Maybe. Looking like they may be a little underdone. Don't want them to fall through the edges. You can see the bottoms are nice and brown. So they're done. It's just that one kind of crumbled, I guess. Oh, it's hot. Peanut butter cookies are finicky that way. We're gonna set them on here to cool off. You can see how the edges are just kind of lightly browned. You don't want them overly browned, otherwise they won't be nice and chewy, which is what we're looking for, soft and chewy. Alright, welcome back. As you can see, our cookies are all done baking. They've all cooled, and so now we're gonna drizzle them with a little bit of chocolate. A little bit of chocolate drizzle. I get this. That's what I'm using. It's not sponsored. I get it around Christmas time. Try to keep it in my stash because we do use it a lot. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of keep this clean. I'm gonna put the cookies on this little cookie sheet down here. You can see. And we're gonna drizzle them.
Chocolate.
No, this cookie has not been eaten. It just kind of
Got crumbled up.
Crumbled when we took it out of the oven. So you don't need to worry about crowding them. Just put as many as you can fit back on the cookie sheet. Or you can do it on these. If you're going to do it on your wire racks, I suggest that you put parchment or something underneath to keep your counter clean. So you're just going to take your chocolate. And yes, I'm using a baby spoon. Unfortunately, all my other spoons are in the dishwasher. And then you're just going to drizzle. It's not wanting to drizzle very well, huh? Well then. You just want to shake your spoon back and forth to drizzle the chocolate. Also easy cleanup. I know thinking it's chocolate, it hardens. It's actually pretty easy. All you gotta do is put it in some warm water and it will dissolve on its own. And then it's ready for the dishwasher or wherever else you put your dishes. And just like that, we have numb. Then Matt says they're numb. Our marbled chocolate peanut butter cookies. What do you think, Matt? Are they yum? Give you the broken one and see what you say. Is it numb? Yeah. Well, it has its seal of approval. Hey, say mwah. All right, say goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us right here.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on our quarantine cooking show.
Go.
Yay. And we're